and welcome into On the Go. You know, over the years, I've done a lot of travel by air. In the year 2020, I hate to say this, I haven't been on an airplane. And I think a lot of people in our audience have been a little bit concerned about flying, and of course, with the pandemic, we have to be most careful. Today, I have with me as my guest the director of the Montgomery Regional Airport.
There you go.
Fly Montgomery, right?
Yes.
MGM Fly.
MGM. There you go.
Absolutely, it's the way to be. And Marshall Taggert, and Marshall, you come to us from, you came in May of 2019.
That is correct, yes sir.
And you know, I was impressed when you got here because I got a chance to meet you and I heard about a lot of the positive and moving things were happening. And then of course, bingo, it seems like everybody hit a wall.
There you go, right.
Absolutely. So, I'm sure that it's been tough on the airlines. It's probably been tough on the airport, but you folks have done an outstanding job.
Well, thank you.
Making things work right.
That's right.
Give us a little background of this exciting year.
Well, I tell you, we were planning back in January. I don't know if it was a premonition, but my staff and I thought about, hey, how can we make this place even more cleaner in terms of making it a place. And our focus, believe it or not, were our restrooms. Because people use the restrooms and they make a definite judgment about who you are.
Amen.
And so we came up with something called Operation Clean Sweep. And I really appreciate you coming on my show because we talked about that for about a month. Now, the timing of it worked out tremendously because COVID started creeping in. I never forget. We knew that something was going to be announced like March 11th, 12th. I had just come back with the chamber. We were up there lobbying for different things and meet with the delegation that we need. And I said, you know, I told my staff, I called my maintenance guy, I said, let's roll out Operation Clean Sweep the weekend before they in turn do the pandemic piece and put everyone sheltering in place. And our great Governor Kay Ivey put out just that information to tell everybody, hey, stay at home, you know, definitely shelter in place, this whole 6 feet distancing component. And what we did was we cleaned that place from top to bottom. We've got two individual companies who we work with to come in, and they helped us to scrub it and gave us all the different types of information that we needed to make it clean while we deal with this pandemic. So it's been a tremendous ride for the last 9 months.
I can imagine.
And we in turn did feel the pinch and sting, just like most businesses. People came to the airport. They didn't feel comfortable. They didn't know what to expect. And I tell you, we put our heads together, our team and our board, and we came up with this whole aspect of making sure that you clean the airport and make sure that it was ready to fly. And that entailed a lot of different things. And I'm pretty sure your listeners and viewers would like to hear that. So
absolutely.
I'm going to provide that to you.
Let's go ahead.
No problem. Okay, good. One thing that we did is that we in turn put down placards on the ground to let people know how to definitely have a 6 feet distance when you're standing at the checkpoint, when you're standing at our ticket counters, when you're standing at our rental car locations. That's very important to kind of distance yourself. Because as we know, making sure that the little droplets don't get anywhere near your nose or anywhere, that's how COVID is spread.
That's right.
So we knew that.
That's right.
The other piece was that by working with the partners that I talked about before, we put in all these individual stations where you can in turn use hand sanitizer. I mean, it sounds very simple, but believe it or not, people didn't really realize it because it hadn't become a habit. And what we were trying to do was for people to develop habits and also to feel safe.
So when you first hit with the stay at home, stay safer at home mandate, you know, a lot of businesses actually had to close down.
That's correct.
You can't close down.
No, we could not.
No, you can't because
I've
obviously...
been working every day. I haven't had a chance to sit at home, shelter in place, or work on my computer at home.
You shelter in your office.
That's right, exactly.
Or if somebody needs you. So, because obviously people still had to maintain business.
That's correct.
That was probably... And then the other thing that happens is we do have emergencies in our life, family emergencies, where somebody's got to get somewhere. And those were probably the two primary drivers during that period of time.
Well, you have drivers from a commercial standpoint. You're exactly correct. You know, we in turn connect families. We connect businesses. And to do business, you have to network. You have to, you know, talk and converse with people. It's one thing to use Zoom and Microsoft Teams and all these different components, but it became a necessary factor for people to be able to travel and get point to point. And so we offer that with the 4 destinations that we have. The other piece, what people don't realize, We also carry organs, medvac type of missions to go out to different folks.
That's right.
We also connect actual pets that really need to be connected and have surgery.
I'm going to get you to come back next week because what I want to let our viewers know that if you do want to go on a trip, what are the procedures? Like,
absolutely.
Obviously, if you're over 75, keep the shoes on.
Yeah.
Something new and wonderful.
I'll give you some tidbits as
Great,
we go.
that'll be
fly
great.
through, right.
Yeah, and just remember this, it's Fly Montgomery, MGM, and it's an interesting thing because you can fly out of Montgomery and it's so much easier than making that trip and thinking, I'm going to save $10. And we'll be right back right after this.